Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome to the Ropa DLC. I don't know why I wanted to say that like Mario, but that's what came to my mind, so. Anyhow, this is the Ropa DLC. This is a little bit of a first look here of what you get in the pack. Let me show you what it's like in the shop here. So you get the Keller 2, which is a tow-behind potato harvester. You need 150 horsepower, holds 10,000 liters, and apparently I have one, 2 meters wide. You also get the Mouse 5, 354 horsepower, 40 kilometers per hour, which is pretty fast, 10 meters wide, and that's of course for picking up sugar beets off the ground and tipping them into the trailer. This is the Nawarau mouse. Oh, actually, that's interesting. So this actually can pick up almost anything. So it's got wheat, barley, sunflower, canola, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, fertilizer, seeds, grass, chaff. Oh no, sorry, that's TMR, chaff, wood chips, and then also silage, which is kind of neat actually. So oh goodness gracious. All right, so there we go. We also have the Tiger 6 XL, which is just a sugar beet harvester here. 43,000 liters in that one. That holds quite a bit. That's the header for that one right there, 4 meters wide. You also have the header trailer for the transport for the RRXL 9X45. There we go. So it's got, that's what it comes in the pack. So it's $9.99, I think Canadian. I think it's $7.99 US, or might be a similar price. So somewhere around the $10 mark, basically. So I have a couple fields here ready to go. Let's go ahead and get a tractor here. So let's double check. What do we need for this guy? Right? You know, 150 horsepower. 150 horsepower for a 2-meter potato harvester. Goodness gracious. All right, let's go ahead and get a tractor here real quick at the 150, 200 horsepower mark. Let's go for a, let's see, a Deutz. There we go, that's probably good. 7 Series, go for that. Yada yada yada, that's fine. So let's see how this works out here. So that's the potato harvester right there. It's actually quite large, so maybe on the more difficult side to maneuver. We're gonna find that out in a second. So like I said, this is kind of a first look. I haven't really used any of this stuff yet. So I'm going to show you what comes in the pack and show you what you're getting into if you purchase it. But so far it looks pretty good actually. Of course it's, you know, primarily just root vegetables. Yeah, I guess you could say it like that. So like potatoes and sugar beets. Oh, actually that's quite maneuverable. More maneuverable than I thought it was going to be. So if you look around the, if you look at the back tire there, it's actually like rotating as we make the turn here. Now my in-laws actually have a pull-behind potato harvester. That's a single row harvester, and the interesting thing is that when you actually use it, you actually have the capability of doing just that, like rotating the tires around and whatnot. So, all right, so here's what it looks like unfolded. Oh, that's it. It's ready to go, I guess then. Got an offset here as well. Let's see here. Turning it on. You can see it all working there. Kind of get inside of it and see all the working parts. That's kind of neat. Now let's see what happens here. Oops. Are these withered? Is that what's happened already? They shouldn't be, but maybe they are. Nope. Oh, they're growing. They're not ready yet. That's why. Oh, well, that would do it then, wouldn't it? Well, here, 1 second here. So this, if you're wondering what mod this is the time acceleration mod here. That's that mod is right there. Plant withering off. Okay, good. So we should be able to see that the crop is ready to go now. Yeah, there we go. So it's just a question of not being ready, even though it looked like it was ready. So you can hire a worker with this as well. That's pretty crazy, look at that. So potatoes come up, they go around, they go through that little chute. Do they show anything coming out of the back of this? Yeah, you can see all the extra stuff coming out of the back. I guess the Ropa Keller is a hog, if that's what I'm understanding from the picture at least. Got a beacon on the back here. So there's the beacon right there. Let's see if there's any other options you can do with it. Turn on, turn off. looks like that's it. Alright, let's go grab a trailer here, and just grab a small little trailer to unload this to see what it looks like here. There we go. Okay. Just to see what it looks like, because it'll be kind of curious. That's always interesting to see what the unload looks like. I imagine it's not super crazy different than what we're used to seeing, but you never know. But we're going to find out here real quick. Alright, let's go ahead and check this out here. So now it's making the turn. Actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, actually, that's pretty good for turning radius, to be honest with you. Didn't seem to have any problem making that turn at all. That's very good. Because that was the AI, of course, it was a hard worker doing that. But that's pretty impressive. Now, one of the nice things about that is that actually it holds 10,000 liters, as I mentioned. So it's got lots of storage in it. Because if we compare that to like the sugar beet harvester, the pool behind sugar beet harvester, it's only got 6,000. So that one's got an additional 4,000 liters of storage in the pool behind. So, which is pretty sweet. All right. All right, let's go ahead and unload this guy now, just so you can see what it looks like here. So here's that turn. Making a pretty big turn. Now, like I said, it's a pretty big piece of machinery, so I'm not surprised it's making such a large turn. But you can see how maneuverable it is, despite the fact that, despite its size. Yeah, that's pretty maneuverable. And the fact that it didn't run into anything, like there's a lamppost here and a lamppost over there, so that's pretty good. I'm sure it's going to back up here again. We'll just give it a second to line up, and then we'll see what it's like here. It's a different style for the unload. Ooh, you need a really short trailer for that. Alright, one second. We need to downsize our trailer now. Let's try this one more time, maybe. That looked like it was really short. Apparently needs to stop to unload. Is that collidable? Well, it looks like you can drive underneath it still. That's not too bad at all. But it looks like it can't. That's a high. I don't know. Maybe you might be able to on the go unload it, but from what it looks like, you can't. So okay, that's what that looks like. Not bad. Let's go ahead and just dump this over here. I'm just going to try that machine that picks it up. There we go. Leave that there for the time being. Let's go ahead and grab the actual harvester. Here we go. This, of course, is the sugar beet harvester here. It also has beacons. You can switch it to its so it's all-wheel steer. So right now it's like all-wheel steer. You can switch it so it's just the turn steering, so the whole thing kind of rotates. You can also turn it to it's just the crab, so it goes crabbing one way, like that. And in real life, that's to reduce compaction, and you can also crab to the right if you wish as well. So there's the crab from the front. Well, again, back to all-wheel steering or turn steering. Perfect. That's kind of neat. So just like the Homer DLC, you have a few options there if you want to make this a little bit more maneuverable, which is good. I'm not going to put it on the trailer for the time being, but I'm just going to go hook it up right here. It would help if I was on the right side. There we go. Let's go around the other side. Like I said, I haven't used this very much at all, so I'm not sure. So that's something you kind of learn over time as to which way it's supposed to go. But There we go. Let's go get those sugar beets that are down here. So we have some sugar beets that are down in around this area as well. Got our beacons on here. Like I said, I could do 40 kilometers an hour, which is pretty quick for a piece of machinery this size, if we're being serious here. Okay, so here's our sugar beets right here. Let's go ahead and unfold our machine. That's pretty cool. Looks pretty similar to the Ropa one. Well, actually, no, not exactly. It's got these little little parts that unfold from it, which is kind of neat. I think it's the same size actually too. Let's see here. That is 4 meters, and this is also 4 meters. Yeah, 12 kilometers an hour. Yeah, so they're identical basically for most situations. There's your sugar beets coming up there again, dropping down into the little hopper here in a stream of sugar beets. That's pretty cool. There's a little picture of a tiger over there. And again, pretty maneuverable machine. Does a little bit of backing up there. So this guy's still doing his thing. So let's go ahead and grab this and hop over there. And unload that sugar beet harvester. Just so we can see what the unload mechanic looks like on that one. Let's see here. Alright, so what does the unload mechanic look like here? So I'm pretty sure this one will be able to unload on the go. I'd be surprised if it couldn't. There we go. Yeah, no problem there. So it looked like the potato one you had to actually stop in order to do that, so that's okay though. Alright, there's that. Not too bad, pretty standard, really. I don't know, I like it. It's one of those situations, if you want some more options for your things like potatoes and sugar beets, definitely a good option, because there aren't, well, there are some options out there, but not a large amount of options, so it's nice to have the variety. Alright, let's drop that there. So let's grab one of these guys here. So this is like the one we already have, the what's it called? The Terranos? Terrafellis, sorry. It's like this one basically. 40 kilometers an hour. So you get a bit more fuel capacity in here. And the rope is a bit wider actually. By 0.7 meters looks like. Maintenance is a bit low on the Homer. Same horsepower. Yeah, so you get a bit more width on this. So if you have really big swaths of sugar beets, this would be the one you wanted to get. You would want to get at least. And the unfolding on this thing's pretty neat. Check it out. So you have the cab races there. I thought that was kind of neat. So you can see what you're doing. Also, apparently you're rotating your seat as well. So now you're facing backwards as opposed to forwards. So you can see what's going on back there. So let's try this out with the sugar beets here. See how this is going to work out. So here we go. Lower that down. Let's rotate that around. So you can lift it up, lower it down, rotate it around like so. And as you rotate it around, the counterweight will also rotate in the opposite direction, as you can see, which is good. Alright. You can also just rotate that back half right there. So I'm trying to get over that trailer right there. There you go. Now the hard part is trying to... So you can switch it out like there, and then unload it into that. And pick up the sugar beets like so. That's kind of neat. Obviously when you have a bigger pile it does a better job, but... Or it works a bit better, but there you go. Fast that one looks like. Very cool. So let's go ahead and tip it back over here. There we go. And let's try this guy right here. This one can do potatoes and other things, which is kind of interesting actually, because I think this is the only machine. It's like a self-propelled conveyor belt, I guess is the best way. It doesn't do manure though. Not that I can see, no. It does grass, it looks like. Actually, it doesn't do potatoes. It does everything else. It does wheat, barley, canola, no potatoes. Yeah. But it does do silage, which is interesting. So let's just see if it does grass right here. So, and let's just check. I may have a bunker over here full of silage. In which case, this would be nice for silage itself. Because then you can just stick it in the bunker itself and just move it forward as you need it. Oh, I do have silage over there, it looks like. Sweet. So this is one of the, I guess this is probably the most practical application for something of this size. So instead of using a conveyor belt you constantly have to move around, you can use something like this and use it this way. Alright. So let's go ahead and unfold this guy here. Again, has the cab that lifts up and rotates around. You can see the little character rotating around there. Unfolds the cage from the front of this. So for this type of bunker, looks like you may have, you can't, what if you can narrow it down a little bit? That would be kind of nice. Looks like you're kind of stuck. So you can't really, well, in this situation, I can pick up the silage, but only that far, because I can't get all the way into the bunker. Which is kind of interesting. So I guess if you have a bunker that is like on the ground and doesn't have the walls on it, it probably would be fine. But this is like a giant conveyor belt for all intents and purposes. So what I'm going to do here is just going to grab another trailer here real quick and just going to try that out on the grass to see how it works here. Let's go for that again. And then another tipper. Just go for this little guy here. We'll just grab this and try that out there. But I guess that would be the most practical application for it. Would be as if you have a big silage bunker. Like this is just Westbridge Hills here. So on this one, the bunker is just a little bit too narrow. If your bunker was just the right size, that thing would work really well. Because of course you wouldn't have you wouldn't have any problems basically. Just drive right through into the bunker without a problem. But that's a little too small. That particular bunker is a little bit too small, at least. So let's go ahead and just come over here. So there you go. There's the chaff it picked up. Just dump that over there. Let's just see if it will pick up anything else that's over there, or the grass that's over there. Okay, let's grab this guy once again here. So it looks like it won't pick up the grass, so I'm not that surprised by that, but yeah, doesn't want to pick up the grass. So it doesn't pick up grass, but it'll pick up chaff. So if you're dropping chaff on the ground, that's kind of a nice little feature. yeah, you could pick up chaff or forage or wood chips, it looks like, or seeds or fertilizer, but not nothing else, looks like. So wow, a whole bunch of other things, but just nothing that's going to help us in this situation. So again, it depends on the size of your bunker, but if your bunker is the right size, that thing would be perfect. If I'm honest with myself here, because if you can just, you know, drive right over that without a problem, or like drive into the bunker with something like that, that would be ideal in reality. So let me just swing around here. We'll try that one more time in the bunker. Basically, you can harvest anything, or you can pick up anything, sort of thing. So let's try that actually. Let's just try and harvest a little bit of. Just get one of these real quick, and then we'll try and harvest this crop that's right beside us here. There we go. And we'll just see what it's like picking up a pile of something. There we go. So we saw the regular Terrafellis type machine working, and it works very well. This one's the interesting one actually, because it does do other things other than just sugar beets. The other one's kind of limited to sugar beets, whereas this one you can kind of have some opportunities to harvest some other things, which is kind of neat actually. So let's go ahead and grab our header here. So I'm just going to have it start right up here somewhere. Make sure we get a good swath here. And there we go. Just hire a worker there. You don't want a straw swath. There we go. So let's do a thing here. I'm going to move this back over. So there's a folding mechanism there. It's pretty intense, really. Looks like an agricultural transformer, I guess. And then the seat rotates back down. So it won't pick up grass, but it'll pick up chaff, which is kind of nice. So if you have a big chaff pile somewhere on the edge of the field, you want to move it for whatever reason, you could totally do that with something like this. So let's review what it can actually pick up. So yeah, wheat, barley, canola, sunflower, soybeans, corn, wheat, and barley might be nice, and chaff, and silage depending on the situation. Like I said, it depends on how big your bunker is. The bunker we have here is a standard bunker, so it wouldn't really make a big difference. But if it were a bigger bunker, you'd be able to drive right into there without a problem. What do we got here? That's good enough. So let's just put that on the edge of the field here. This is what you can theoretically do, I suppose. Let's say you didn't have anybody to unload you at the time, you can just come over here and be like, okay, let's just unload it on the corner of the edge of the field here. Like so. And then have the mouse come by and pick it up. There we go. And send that guy on his way again here. So let's bring this guy around here and just try and pick up those. Try and pick up the grain that we dropped there, just to see how it works with grain versus chaff. Because we gotta say like a little bit, but not really a big. Not in the open, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So let's put this over here, which is probably gonna be fine. Hop back in the mouse. So this is kind of an interesting. I'm kind of intrigued by this machine because it does more than just sugar beets. All right, there we are. Let's just swing that around to the other side here real quick. There we go. It's a pretty interesting machine to watch. And you can raise it up. So you have a bigger trailer. Okay. Let's go ahead and lower the head there. Let's get closer so we can watch this in full view here. So when it's actually on the ground, it doesn't move very much. Oh, there it goes. You can see the picking up grain there. And it looks like it does have a little bit of storage. Internal storage. I don't know how much it is. There we go. Now, of course, this is really a two-man type scenario. From what I can tell. There we go. Neat. So there you go. You can pick off grain off the floor, which is kind of nice. Nice little feature. I'm surprised it doesn't do potatoes or sugar beets, but I guess based on its design, I guess that kind of makes sense. So it does silage though, which is very cool. So if you want to unload those silage bunkers real quick, something like that would be very cool. Anyways, folks, that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed that little look, or the first look at Ropa DLC, or I should say the Ropa DLC. Anyways, like I said, my name's Iain Robson. If you like what you saw, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more farm sim action. I'll catch you guys later.